I'm just waiting on the SlowRoll here, the Freedom Convoy in Saskatoon. No, it's not as big as Ottawa. No, it's not as big as Coots. But there are people that care about their freedom. And so, I'm just waiting. They'll be coming from the Flying J pretty soon, so I'll try to talk till then. But the question is, it's 2022. How did we get here, Canada? How did we get here? This didn't just start with Justin Trudeau and the Liberals. It didn't. It's been going on a lot longer than that. This has been going on longer. I mean, Harper signed us on to 2030, and his conservatives, Scheer and Poilievre, Bergen. So it didn't just start. This freedom we've slowly been losing. And the reality is, people are just complying, thinking that they're going to get it back. You're not going to get your freedom back. You're going to get privileges back. Privileges. Ask any prisoner, anybody that you know that's in jail, ask them if they're free or if they're given privileges. Which is it? Yesterday I seen this video of this Indigenous woman that got trampled. That's just disgusting. Seeing the people stand for freedom peacefully and seeing our police blindly follow orders. Well, let me tell you something. Men and women of good conscience do not blindly follow orders. Period. You're following a paycheck, and that paycheck is going to get you prison time. That's where it's going. So, I'm going to continue holding my flag, because apparently this flag symbolizes hate, according to our Prime Minister. What does that tell you about our Prime Minister? Our government in this country? It was the Liberals that came out with this flag. And now it's a problem. As I said earlier, the Saskatoon SlowRoll is going to be coming by here. Because some people are not going to stand by and let things continue to happen the way they are. We have too many people believing that if all they do is comply, thank Scott Moe like he's a hero, and say he's an awesome guy because he got rid of the mandates. Jason Kenney, another guy that they're cheering like he's supposed to be an awesome guy. Doug Ford. Just remember, it is these same clowns that created the lockdown, imposed the masks, forced you to get a vaccine to keep your job, forced you to get a vaccine just so you could go to university, censor you. These are the same people that are using the police as their Gestapo to arrest free speech. Well, where were you, Trudeau? Where were you when churches were burning down? Where were you when BLM and Antifa were doing stuff across this country? Where were you? Oh yeah, you understand their anger, but you don't understand freedom, apparently. I wish I could be in Ottawa right now, but I don't have the funds. We can't all be in Ottawa. And as I said earlier, World War II was not won with one battle. It was won on multiple battles. And so in Canada, We got battles all over, all across this country. Whether you're in Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg, Regina, Sudbury, Toronto, Ottawa, Gatineau, Halifax, it doesn't matter. It is the war that we have to win. Our freedoms are being taken away. The news is not telling the truth. They're owned by government. We're stuck now because our school systems have been indoctrinated and they have poisoned the minds of our children to believe in this modern day liberalism of feelings first, but they don't care about the facts. I have a lot of Indigenous support out there, and I'm grateful for that. But for the ones who are supporting this vaccine and this lockdown, you need to wake up. You talk about the past and about what the government did to our children. Where are you, Indigenous leaders? You're still preaching hate in the Indian Act. Our people today do not give a damn about the Indian Act because we're independent. We don't want communism, socialism, because 150 years has proven don't trust the government. There was a sign in North Battleford, a big billboard, of how if you take the vaccine, apparently you're doing your part and the Creator loves you. That's just disgusting propaganda. So to all the people out standing for freedom, I support you, I hear you. I wished I could be there with you. A lot of us wish we could be there with you in Ottawa. But we have battlefronts, as I said, all over. Do your part. If you can't make it to a place, get online. Send some emails, information, share it. Talk to people on the street. Convince them. Convince them. Open their eyes. We're not going to open all the sheep. Just remember, there's a lot of sheep, and they like the government controlling their life. I like freedom. I want freedom. I don't care about privileges. Government offers privileges. The only way this is going to work, Canada, is if we stand together. Don't let political parties divide us. I get called out by a lot of people who support the Conservative Party. They don't like it when I bring them up. But they're in this just as much as the Liberals at every level. Like Andrew Scheer. Andrew Scheer, you know, Scheer nonsense. 2 years he stayed quiet when Scott Moe, his premier, locked this province down. 2 years. He stayed quiet while Scott Moe forced the masks, the lockdown, the vaccines. And now, here Andrew Scheer grows a conscience. That's not a conscience. That's political profit for gain for himself. Recognize the people who divide us, Canada. This freedom convoy across Canada is bringing us together. So that's what we have to thank Justin Trudeau for, because it's his lies, deception, and government that has brought us together. Now this convoy is taking a little longer, this slow roll, than I thought to get here. So hopefully my phone doesn't die. But it's not enough to end the mandates. If you're happy with the mandates, then you're not asking for much. You're not. You're simply asking for permission and a break. That's all you're asking for. Because if you leave the dictators in power, they are going to do this again. They have proven that already. And over the past week, actually a couple weeks, you've learned what peaceful protest gets you. Apparently it gets you hate. It gets your vehicles egged. It gets the police bullying you. I guess gas prices or fuel prices have gotten so high that the police have resorted to stealing it. And you have to ask yourself, the bigger picture, Canada, it's not just about freedom. It's your future. It's your kids' future. We've had leaders in the past warn us about our freedom, losing our freedoms. Those who deny others of freedom deserve it not themselves. See, there is support out here. There is driver support. They just can't make it to Ottawa, or their job is on the line. Now we got companies all over across the country, trucking companies. They force their drivers into vaccines, masks. What else do they want to force into your body? What next? They're going to force something up your ass, and then all these people that took a vaccine, they're going to comply with that as long as they get to keep their job. I had somebody from healthcare talk to me and say, Harley, why do you always say bad things about the vaccine and the mandates? And I said, because I've learned not to trust government. How many nurses and doctors have stood up and told the truth? And look at what happened to them for telling the truth. It's looking like I'm going to have to go meet this convoy. But yes, Canada, the end game is freedom. You have to put your egos aside. Put your politics aside. If you're expecting the political parties of the Conservatives, Liberals, and NDP or Bloc or SAS Party to guarantee you for freedom, a future, all they're doing is providing you shackles and privileges. I speak out. I've lost a lot during this lockdown in the last 2 years. There's how many companies that don't want anything to do with me because of the truth that I'm speaking. Especially Indigenous companies. Because I don't play that victim card. Well, as I say, Canada, just do your part. Get out there where you can, when you can. Just turn off the garbage, turn off the lies, the CBC. Make sure you tell your kids and your grandkids the truth. Because they've been pushed into this indoctrination. Apparently, it's selfish to want freedom. And that's ridiculous. Just to want freedom. You got these NDPers and these pro-maskers out there saying, what have you lost? Well, the simple answer is, what haven't you lost? What hasn't the government taken? They only have two things left to take. That's your freedom and your life. Yes, our lives mean something, but it's our children and our grandchildren. In my world, I don't see Indigenous leaders standing up for Indigenous people. They're not like the leaders of the past, the Poundmaker and Mistawasis. All they see is greed, money. Take the buyout. Take the money. Money can't buy you freedom. Yes, it can buy you a lot of things, but remember, Scott Moe came in with this act that government can take everything at any time when he wants to declare this act. Justin Trudeau, the federal government, Jagmeet Singh have done the same thing. What good does it do to own a business or own your property when government can just come in and take it? Government controls whether your business survives. This baloney that the truckers have destroyed businesses in the past 2 years. Such a lie. The government has done more harm in 2 years by destroying the economy, destroying families. I want to say this to you, Trudeau, Ford, and Moe. You've caused a lot of pain. Doug Ford, thanks to you and your lockdown, my niece took her life this year. I won't forget that, Ford. Scott Moe, because you denied preventative care and services, my niece, that same girl who took her life, is in 4th-stage cancer because of you, Scott Moe, and she will leave 4 kids behind. Where are these Indigenous leaders speaking up for these Indigenous women? Nowhere. They say, if you would just comply, just take the vaccine. Saving one life if you take the vaccine is all that they're after. Look at all the lives they have taken this year. The suicides, the drug overdoses, the mental health that we're never going to get back for our kids. It's there. It is not going anywhere. We have teachers now and parents who want to push this mask and vaccine mandate further, saying they don't want their child or teach a child that is not vaccinated. Where the hell is diversity and inclusion? And these teachers are allowed to stay employed. I thought we went through this bullshit already and learned from the past. Why do we need to repeat segregation? It's just disgusting what's going on right now in Canada and across the world. We're all feeling it. But our members of parliament aren't, because they're all getting paid. Same with our MLAs, they're all getting paid. 2 years to grow a conscience. 2 years to grow a conscience, Conservatives, eh? It's more like political profit right now. I think the convoy might be coming here finally. I'll be turning the camera around shortly. But when I speak out, I'm not in support of some political party. They're the ones who got us in this mess. And it is we, the people, that need to get us out of this mess that government created. Know who's lying to you. Know who's your fake friend. There are true patriots and freedom fighters that stand out across this country. Know who they are. So I'm going to turn this around here shortly. in the distance here, you can see that it's coming, but they're slow rolling, so that's going to take a bit of time. Yeah, last weekend I was out, and Ryan Miley, the NDP, had their group out demanding more masks, more vaccines, more boosters. We want 37 boosters, because those 37 boosters are going to save your life. They're going to prevent you from catching COVID, just like Justin Trudeau got his, and well, it prevented him from getting COVID, right? It's a worldwide problem. And the Conservatives are in this too with their Agenda 2030. You will own nothing and be happy. That hurts your feelings because you like Pierre? Too bad. I don't like cons. So I'm going to turn this around and show you some of the support that's out here today, Canada, like you have in your city. Side, like
I just zipped ahead to get some photos from here.
There's so many truckers that support this, but they're not allowed to speak up neither, right?
So many Canadians in general, like it's
threatened with a job loss, and what do? Your paycheck, right?
I lost my job and probably my house and everything if I didn't get my shot, right? It's not right.
Well, that's why government did their first year. When you think about it, they planning in preparation for the second year when they forced it, right? So let us get poorer, more dependent.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like it's been a rough couple years. This feels so good that there's something happening finally.
Well, as I'm telling people online, World War II was not won with one battle. All battlefronts are important, every battle, and so this is just one right here.
That's why we're here. It's like, doesn't matter what happened in Ottawa yesterday,
yeah.
We're not gone.
Yeah, it's
we're
like,
still here.
It's you have to come back, and yes, people are going to get arrested.
Yep.
But you don't, freedom isn't free.
There was no excuse for the brutality that happened yesterday. Like, yeah, people are going to get arrested, tickets, whatever, but there was no reason to be beating people down the way they did.
Well, I seen the trampling with the horses. See, Canada, freedom is alive. This is just beautiful. And they didn't share plans online because they didn't want the police being ready for anything.
What'd you say? Couldn't hear you over the whole
It's okay, that's the sound of freedom.
Yeah.
But I'm just amazed.
Wave as you come by for the camera, guys.
How easily people are divided.
I know.
They go to politics rather than people.
Oh, we've got way more positive responses than negative. We had our truck all done up last week, and it was really good. There's a lot more people this time than last week, though.
Well, a lot after yesterday. Some people are going to wake up a little bit, right?
Yeah, people just didn't know what was happening, right? Like we did it last weekend, and then now it's twice the size this weekend.
It's
same event. If you wanna, did you join the Facebook group?
Which one?
SlowRoll Saskatoon.
Yeah, that's how.
That's this group. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Dave.
Dave's one of the guys.
Yeah, he's
and
the one.
Their wife is Callie.
Yeah, he's the one. Yeah.
One of the other ones.
And it's pretty hard to read everything, you know, or because there's only so much time we got, right? But we just need to recognize freedom. And here comes Dave, right there. One of the people that helped put today together. Or I should say organize it, you know. But it takes everybody to make this thing succeed.
Dog does not like it up here. I'm gonna get left in the car.
Oh yeah, there we go.
They knew we were coming out today.
Yeah, they're not surprised, right? But
Yeah, there's 2 cops there. Cops as well.
yeah, look at that. So for the people in Saskatoon, just know the police are out. Do nothing to create problems with them, but there's one police officer in that vehicle. Trying to sneak, right? There's another one. Like I will say, there is good police officers, but unfortunately we're seeing a lot of bad ones right now. So I'm gonna go catch up with this Freedom Convoy here, the SlowRoll in Saskatoon. Go speak to some of them today. Do your part, Canada. Share the facts. Government hates facts, so freedom, Canada, freedom.